All right, honey, you want to talk to him about what you're doing?
Well, you said video. You didn't say I had to explain anything.
Too late.
Well, it's pretty simple. Stick some poles in the ground.
And what kind of poles are those?
So this is just bent conduit that I got from work. So I'm upcycling it. They were going to throw it away, and I just bring it home. See, it's only about 3.5 feet wide. You just stick them in the ground, just push them in, and then just kind of tie the tops a little bit loose, right? And if you need some baling twine, somebody, please, I have hundreds of thousands of these. Come get some for free. And then
It's like 10 years worth, right?
Yeah, easily. And then you just do two sides, obviously. All right. Slap this bad boy in the center. So it's a little loose and janky, but once you tie it stuck in the ground, it's not going to go anywhere. And it doesn't matter how this looks, just as long as it doesn't move on the top. It doesn't come off. You just pull it tight. It kind of tightens in on itself. It's tight. However you want to tie it up, it's up to you. Everybody's different with knots. I'm not a knot person whatsoever. Not. Just like that. Back over here. Tight. Looking around two or three times. It don't really matter. There you go. Try about 4 of these together. Oh, that one's already got a loop on it. Cool. Doesn't have to be pretty. The plants don't care how it looks. Just bring this along the bottom, like so. Tight as you go. Very easy. Very simple. And then what I do here is I come back to the center. See, this might not be long enough. So I'm going to tie one more piece of string on here. And you'll see why in a minute why I'm doing it this way. If you want, you can tie this off and cut it. It doesn't really matter. Alright, you have a loose string in the center. So that's the bottom of my trellis. And then what I do here, I just get individual strings. And you make a loop in it, each one of them. Can be a bunch of them depending on how big trellis you want to make or how much string you want to put on. Just loop over the top. Make sure your string's long enough to go to the bottom or right here, and then you just tie it. So I'm going to do...
You can tie to the center one too?
You can tie to the center one, and yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little row so you can kind of see, and then we'll fast forward it to the end, and you can see what it looks like in the end. Because it's going to take me probably about a half hour or so. And it doesn't have to be tight. You're just basically making a trellis so the beans can go up the trellis. Some they can grab to and just go up. So you imagine you have a bunch of strings on here hanging down all loose. And then you just kind of come through and then you just tie it to the ball. And like I said, this doesn't have to be tight or anything. You can just have it loose because it doesn't need to be structural. You just tie a little knot. Just like that. This one, just kind of go over here with it. Done. And then this one, come over here. Something just like that. Pretty simple. It's done. What do you think? Pretty simple. Pretty easy. And then you can just load your beans up. It doesn't matter. These are all dry beans, so it doesn't really matter. They're all going to come in. You can put them between them. They're all going to grow up these trellises and boom, boom, boom.